Hay na nga no mga kababayan, hindi na nga nakapagpigil itong si Senator Bato de la Rosa at kinwestiyon na niya sa Senado kung bakit tinigpas ang budget ng NTF-ELCAC. Alam naman na po natin kung para saan ang budget ng NTF-ELCAC. Para to sa mga malalayo at kabundukan na hindi naaabot ng serbisyo ng ating pamahalaan. Tapos mga kababayan, itong mga ibang senador na to, tinigpas ang budget ng NTF-ELCAC. Para sa buong detalye mga kababayan, sabay-sabay natin panoorin ang pagbanat ni Senator Bato de la Rosa sa Senado.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, good sponsor. Can I proceed with my questions sa LGSF, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, please.
Thank you. Mr. President, I noticed that the committee report substantially decreased the budget of the support to the Barangay Development Program of the NTF-ELCAC from 28 billion to only 4 billion or a 24 billion budget cut. For the record, may we know what is the composition of the National Task Force to End Local Armed Conflict?
The chair is the president, the vice chair is the secretary, national security advisor, and the other agencies are. Secretary Esperon is here, Your Honor. He's made it known that he's here. Mr. President, who are the other members? The NTF-ELCAC. You said that. 17 cabinet members, Your Honor. Yung summary ng report. So there's the, yeah.
17.
So go ahead, Your Honor.
So, Mr. President, given the composition of the NTF-ELCAC, may we know what are its significant accomplishments in pursuing its mandate in providing an efficient mechanism and structure for the implementation of the whole-of-nation approach to aid in the realization of the collective aspiration of the Filipino people to attain inclusive and sustainable peace.
They have 17 regional commands, Your Honor, according to Secretary Esperon, with a cabinet leader in charge of each regional command, Your Honor, as well as the governors of that region, Your Honor.
So, yung accomplishment po nila, Mr. President, I want to know kung ano po nagawa nila, ilang kalsada na nagawa nila, ilan na bang barangay water system nagawa nila, ilan na bang electrification projects nagawa nila. Gusto ko pong malaman, Mr. President.
They have cleared, according to Secretary Esperon, they've cleared several barangays and dismantled several guerrilla fronts, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you for that answer, Mr. President. Now, next question is, with all its accomplishments, with all its accomplishment today, the NTF-ELCAC is yet to fully implement their hallmark program, the Barangay Development Program. To enrich the records of this august body, may we know when did we start allocating funds for the Barangay Development Program of NTF-ELCAC? Mr. President?
2020. Yeah, we appropriated the 1 billion, 800 million. In 2020, Your Honor, we appropriated 1 billion for NTF-ELCAC. And then in 2021, we appropriated 19.3 billion roughly, Your Honor. And for, yeah, those so far. So this is the third year, Your Honor.
So, Mr. President, what was the reason of the Congress in funding the Barangay Development Program of the NTF-ELCAC with 19 billion last year?
Yun ang inasa NEP po natin, yung National Expenditure Program. At nakiusap po si Secretary Wendell Avisado, former Secretary of the DBM, na wag nating galawin because let's give it a chance. And I in fact was very vehement in my defense because many of our colleagues wanted to cut the program last year. They felt that it was too big a jump to go from 1 billion to suddenly 19 billion. So, but nakiusap po tayo na wag naman nila galawin. Galawin na lang nila yung ibang agencies, wag lang po yung itong pondo ng NTF-ELCAC for 2021, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. President. If I may add another reason why the government is so insistent on funding the barangay development programs is that nakikita natin ito, Mr. President, na ito ay game changer. Ito mga projects and programs na ito, game changer po ito sa problema natin sa insurgency. Dahil alam natin na even though it will be able to kill the last insurgent, but the root cause of insurgency, which is poverty and social injustice, brought about by decades of government neglect, is not addressed, wala pa rin mangyayari sa problema natin, Mr. President. Kaya sabi ko nga sa iyo noon, hindi ako magsasawang ulit-ulitin yung aking sinabi noon pagdidipinsa ko sa NTF-ELCAC fund na yung tiniente pa ko kapitan hanggang nag-kernel, yung gira na dinala ko sa NPA, kahit ilang NPA na namatay, kahit ilang sundalo, ilang pulis na ang namatay, hindi matapos-tapos itong problema natin sa insurgency dahil we are not addressing the root cause of the problem. Ngayon, itong NTF-ELCAC is the solution. Game changer ito. Ito na ngayon ang makakasolve sa problema natin na nag-a-address sa social inequality, social injustice na nangyari doon sa parplang barangays na in-exploit ng mga NPA. Kaya, sabi ko, ito na ang sagot sa problema natin. Kahit na hindi na tayo magpaputok ng baril doon sa barangay, pero pag nakita ng mga taga-barangay na ginawan sila ng barangay roads doon, ginawan sila ng mga health center doon, ginawan sila ng patubig, potable water, safe drinking water, binigyan sila ng maliit na electricity, ay mawawala na po yung kanilang simpati doon sa kalaban. Mapupunta na po sa atin, sa gobyerno. Ngayon, kung hindi natin ito ibibigay sa kanila, itong cleared na barangay sa ito, babalik na naman ito sa mga NPA. Back to square one na naman ang ating problema na ito. So ngayon, Mr. President, kung hindi natin ito magawa, sino makikinabang nito? Sinong magbubunyi dahil na putol ang ELCAC funds? Di ba ang NPA? Sasaya ang NPA nito. Maligaya ang NPA dahil tingnan yung gobyerno niya, promise ng promise sa inyo. Nabigyan kayo ng mga barangay development funds. Ngayon, hindi na na-deliver. O ano ngayon, nga kayo. Balik na lang kayo dito sa amin sa NPA. So ang NPA ngayon makikinabang. Ang pinakamasakit dito, Mr. President, pag tayo ay ma-misinterpret ng mga taong bayan, ng taga-bundok, masyadong mababa yung kanilang pagtingin, kanilang pag-understand sa sitwasyon. Baka sabihin nila na tayo sa Senado ay pro-NPA dahil tinanggal natin ang pundo na nakakapatay sa problema ng NPA. Ito lang po ang salubin ko, Mr. President. Gusto ko lang ipaparating sa iyo na sana ay balik natin yung pundo ng NTF-ELCAC.
And Senator De La Rosa is absolutely correct. Now the big question within the budget is how did you spend it? Ano ba? Nakasubmit na ba?
Actually, we received a letter throughout the committee hearings, I'd like to place on record, and I agree with the presiding officer, Your Honor, and with the former chief of police and our PMA graduate colleague, Senator De La Rosa, that definitely we have to win the hearts and minds. The battle against the insurgency is not a battle to be won with just guns and knives or whatever weapons we want to kill the enemy with. But certainly it's a battle for the hearts and minds, which is the argument I used last year in convincing our colleagues not to touch the budget. But throughout the committee hearings, Your Honor, yung mga colleagues natin, Senator Binay, Senator Drilon, were asking for the results. What happened? What were the projects? Kasi ang laki ng pondo.
Even at the results, matagal pa yun eh. How it was spent and
How
where
the money
it
was,
was
yeah,
spent.
basically, Mr. President, how the money was spent. And
Oo.
according to the letter received, of the 2,318 projects to be funded by the 16.4 billion Barangay Development Fund, only 26 have been completed as of today, Mr. President. So, and the rest are in various stages of completion. There are, I think, over 900 in the pre-procurement stage, which includes the detailed engineering design and program of work. There are over 700 which are in the procurement stage, and there are 560 which are ongoing implementation. But to give background to what the committee did when it cut the budget of the NTF-ELCAC is we had no way of knowing what, because there was nothing before us. We had requested all the agencies to submit something, but when we actually did the cut last week, when we were processing the subcommittee reports, we had nothing. We had no information. This information I'm reading, we only received this Monday. By that time, we were already routing the committee report for signature, Mr. President.
Precisely, Your Honor. The reasons for the NTF-ELCAC are given already. That's already given. That's why we approved that. The point now is how it was spent, how it was executed. And now, let's go specific. How much did there are insurgents and surrenderies in Davao del Norte? How much did you give Davao del Norte?
23 barangays representing how much? 460 million, Mr. President. Hindi naman release yung implementation. We know it's 100%. Very beautiful.
Well, Mr. President, if I
So for Davao del Norte itself,
Yes.
460.
460, yes, Your
All
Honor.
right. So yeah, that's what I mean. You know, we have to have a copy of how it was spent and where, di ba?
Opo.
Alright.
I agree completely with our presiding.
Senator De La Rosa, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Kasi ang sa akin lang, kung ang gawin nating rason na bakit natin inislas because we are not satisfied about its implementation, marami pang ongoing, marami pang ginagawa, then maybe ganun rin gagawin natin sa lahat ng government agency. Pati yung DPWH hanggang ngayon, doon pa nagsisiminto pa sa kalsada yung ginagawa nilang mga project. Islas na rin natin yung kanilang budget. Bakit itong NTF-ELCAC pa ang ating...
Actually, yun talagang ginagawa natin, Your Honor. Pag mabagal po ang implementation ng isang ahensya, pag mababa po ang utilization, pag mababa po ang obligation, we really cut their budgets, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you for that answer, Mr. President. So, yun ang rason. Hindi yung COVID ang rason.